Look at Greg. God, he's so pretty. They're all pretty, but Greg was always, we didn't know there was something going on with him. Greg's number 4 from 11, like from the youngest. And when he was 12, they took him to Rainier School, but that's what they did back in those days, apparently. We just always heard that he had to live someplace else. So maybe quite young, there was something the matter. But our dad always said he had to leave. He had to leave, and then one day, I came downstairs and they said he's leaving. And I thought, what do you mean you can't give your child away? And they didn't want me to go, but I went. And Greg and I sat in the back of the car, and we sang all the songs he knew, especially He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. Greg knew that by heart. And they got there, and then they went in, and they didn't come back with him. And nobody talked ever again about why or what. This was our house. This is where Greg lived when they took him. I didn't know my mom was that young. Gosh, how hard that was for her. She went there every week, every weekend.
Do you want to go up to the 2010s and swing?
At the IHPs, they always ask me, how do you feel about Greg moving into the community? And it scared me. It was just like, oh my God, I cannot do that. I hate that idea. I could never do that to him. It was torture when he was brought out here. And now he's here, 50 years. I would not ever do that to him. And I wouldn't listen to anybody that said how good it was. Then we got the letter. Upcoming changes at Pat A. The federal government has decertified Pat A. We immediately wrote a letter to the superintendent and like, you can't do this. You cannot take this brother from us. We all love him now. You cannot do that. And all these forces just kind of started coming together. David kept telling me how wonderful Family Mentor Project was. And then I got to meet Kelly and Diane, and I thought, oh my God, it was like this weight, oh my God, of fear and apprehension, and it just left, and there was so much hope.
There is a whole transitional team, and the Family Mentor Project was really privileged to be a part of that. So the team consisted of the Rainier medical team, the Rainier direct care staff, the Rainier placement team, the SOLA, which is the state operated living alternative staff, and also Greg's family.
I just jumped in and said yes on just the sheer trust of these women. It was just sheer trust of what they told us.
They knew some of the options, and they knew that they wanted to look into, first and foremost, the state-operated living alternative, which looks just like supported living. But what it is it's actually staffed with state employees. And these state employees support the individuals 24/7 in their home, and they look like typical neighborhoods just like what we live in.
There was this sign in one of the neighbors that said, people with disabilities deserve respect. And I went, yes, yes, okay.
The day that Greg moved in, Rainier staff was actually at his new home working side by side with the state-operated living alternative staff.
Give me some, right, Trey. See, look at the pictures on the wall, Greg. Look at, and look at, Greg, we got you a new soft blankie. Yeah, red, favorite color?
It's like it's all about Greg. It's Greg this time. He like gets to eat food that he bought. Like he can pick it out, put it in the basket, hold the money, pay for the groceries, bring it home, put it in the fridge, and he can open the fridge and get a snack when he wants one.
If he can stay here for the rest of his days, I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful to have one-on-one caregiving and in a real home with real food. You know, I think it's just wonderful.
It just seems like you've wanted to help all of his life, but you couldn't quite do it. And now that he's got a place like this that's a home and a family, it's like, okay, now he's gonna be a normal person, have some fun.
I wish my mom could see this. She would be so happy. It's just a miracle. It's so a miracle. I'm so glad I've lived this long, that this is really a happy beginning.